And now I would like to call on Sue Brandum to say a few words.
Thank you. Thanks very much. You're all going to get tired of hearing from Greens. No. I think it's really critical that there's so many Greens tonight throwing their vote to Michelle. I am Sue Brandum. I've been a long time Green, decades. I ran for the Greens in '97, like before the turn of the century, right here. And I support the Greens who are running in the ridings where they have a chance of winning this year. Just about looks like a Liberal wash, but we'll carry on with. I think it's two Greens have a good chance here. But we're in a different time right now. We really are. And but I'm pleased to see that in the time change that's happened, some of the positions of the Greens have been adopted by the Liberals. Yay! I'm working hard in Lanark County and Smith Falls to take substantive local action on the climate crisis. I'm co-founder of Climate Network Lanark. And as Steve just was talking about, the climate crisis is the background critical issue of this election. And I want an MP who can and will address this with us. Michelle openly makes climate change a top priority. With a cabinet led by Carney, who has made the climate crisis one of his top 5 issues, and I would advise you to look at his website to see that, I think that Michelle truly can make a difference. I first met Michelle now 4 years ago, the last federal election anyway. And since then, I've gotten to know her even better. She has come out to grassroots events that we've organized here, like, not running, just come to the events. She's there when we need her. She's smart, she's qualified, she gets it. She gets it about the climate issue. She really does. And she gets it about our community. And I know that as an MP, she can work with us and make the changes that we need to have happen here. I want to turn my attention now to our incumbent. He's been there for 25 years. That's far too long for anyone. But I want to say that in that time, I've been here for 25 years. And I have been quietly asking people, what's he done for you? And the first response I get is, well, he did those defibrillators. Okay? Well, that was a tax write-off for one, right? And for somebody who has millions of dollars, that probably was the most beneficial thing. Anyway, so that's the first response I get. And then I push a little, and for those people who then have gone to see him as an MP, with some issue or whatever, some people will say, well, he took care of my passport. Well, excuse me, yeah, that's what, he's supposed to do, right? But then they've gone and they've taken an issue. They said in the first meeting, it's been pretty good, seems pretty helpful, that sort of thing. But things then drag. They don't get the response they want. In other words, they're not getting good service from their MP. So that's what I've heard from individuals. I happen to be, I think, fairly privileged in that because of what I've been doing, I've gotten to know a lot of local municipal politicians here. And so over those same years, I've been asking them periodically, what's our MP doing for you? And again, the response is nothing. He turns up for photo ops, but he really isn't doing anything for our riding. So it truly is time for him to go. And I think we really need to be spreading those stories more about what he's not doing for us. I mean, an MP is supposed to work for us. Guesstimate here, I think we pay him a total of something like $400,000 a year. That's for him, his office, you know, that sort of stuff, right? And what's he doing? So it really is time for change. As Michelle says, she's borrowing votes from the Greens, the NDP, and the Conservatives. So let's get rid of someone who doesn't do anything for us and give Michelle a real chance.